it's a beautiful day here, and just like to share another life consistency. So this tidbit is about problem solving. Sounds nice, doesn't it? And it's an absolute truth that you can look into yourself and you can look around you, and you'll start to understand that it is consistent throughout the experience. And what the experience I'm talking about here is the human experience, the bodily experience, the experience of yourself first, and then to get a viewpoint, you would look at others, because you might have a viewpoint of it for yourself, which is absolutely where you want to go. But to give yourself a benchmark, you might want to look outside to see what that benchmark can produce for you in ways of seeing where you are in collaboration with what's around you. So what do I mean about problem solving? Well, a problem solving issue might be, right now I'm doing a video and there's some sound around the corner there, and normally I would go to the lookout and do a recording, but because the workmen over there are so much closer and far more open to the lookout, I would pick up a lot more sound than I am right now from them working. So problem solving is like, well, I found another place to sit and record, and therefore I eliminate more of the noise that I would normally get if I was over there at the lookout. So that's one issue, that I've just experienced myself just today in finding a solution to a problem. And if there's one thing that you can learn, and I'd encourage you to learn, and I'm sure that I'm not preaching to anyone, but I'm just opening the doors so that you can see it as an asset. You can see it as a way by which you can utilize your day, your experience, and your interaction with what it is for you. You'll find that somewhere in your day you're going to come across a situation where you're going to have to make a decision. Now, the decision isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's to recognize what's behind that decision, and it's usually problem solving. And I would suggest that in all cases it is problem solving. The activity of it is so natural to us because as a baby we integrate that into our life fully all the time. So if you've come across an instance where you're having to make a decision about something, then you're basically problem solving. You can be in your job, you can be catching a train, you can be catching a bus, you can be meeting up with a friend, it could be a choice for what you're going to eat for dinner, lunch, or breakfast. These are situations which are problem solving. And what I say to the children when I go to the schools, and I see a lot of these young children today, and I'm talking in the areas of around 11 to 16 that I tend to go to schools and share with, it's saying to them, like, if there's one thing that you could take away with you today, it's to recognize that life is about problem solving. And I urge them to, if they don't understand it, to at least think about it and think what it means. And then if they understand that, and if you understand that, then basically your life is going to become so much more easier, truly. Because once you understand a rule and a dynamic of the rule of life, you have got the inside running. You've got the golden key. It doesn't mean that you won't go through life with no situations where you have to come up with a solution. It just means that you're more prepared and you can see the opportunity in the situation. And then you become proactive, not so much reactive. There are situations where you first become reactive and then instantly step into proactive nature. Or you stay in a reactive space and you can't drag yourself into a proactive space. Well, by understanding that problem solving is a core asset to our abilities being here, and also a core fundamental of a human being here, then you're going to do so much better with your life and for yourself, and also for the situations you come up against. Now imagine if it's at work that you've got this situation where you have to problem solve. Think of all the ability that you can bring to that situation and to help it. Now, I've been watching a couple of new videos coming online, a Red Bull one about these snowboarders, and it took 2 years to make this film. But basically that was all about problem solving. They did all the planning, but all the planning doesn't mean anything until you get on site, until you're right there on the mountain, on the powder, and then it becomes personal. It becomes intuition. And the only way you're going to create intuition 100% is through problem solving. That's where intuition comes from. And it is the golden goose, if you like, from the process. So you have two sides. You have a yin and you have a yang. You go through the process, you learn, you got a problem solve, and then bang, all of a sudden there's this gold nugget at the end. And this is what we're talking about. If one can immerse themselves into themselves, you know, just that's your self-power basically, isn't it? Yeah. Then you're going to know that the next time that you come up against a situation when you've got to create a solution for something, you're going to realize you're basically problem solving. And to just the sheer concept and acknowledgement of that adds to your ability. It's not like reading a book. This is about you actually doing the job. It's an experiential experience. And so with that comes the immersion of the energy into your body, into your emotions, and into your mental capacities. And basically, you can lock it in and it becomes a very powerful formula. So that's the core of problem solving that all humans that have been born on this planet have come to understand. Well, take care. Have a great day. Until next time, aroha. Well, aroha nui, I think it is. Yeah.